I wasn't looking. I was looking at George, FYI. Okay. Yo, I don't see the notification yet.
It's up.
Okay, sir.
Do we dance like as if the music is playing and then we can add the music?
Yeah, it's work into it. It's working.
What's poppin'? Chef Joe up, George behind the camera. What's going on, people? Yeah, I was cutting the celery, but I was actually looking at George, so I left like a big chunk. He's already like talking trash over here and whatnot. Well, goddamn. I don't know. Knife are about to be flying today because he's been on my shit today. He tried to scare me, and my eardrums still hurt. I'm just saying. Hi, Nelva. Hi, Shane. What's going on? Oh, Nelva's not there. I got confused. I'm sorry. Shane! What's poppin'? What's going on? Good show today. I'm gonna have something going on with this later. Yeah. I know what's poppin', so I don't have to tell you. Somebody's gonna win this tonight. Let me put it over here. Again, one more time. Amazing knives. I'm happy with the knives. Now, hold on. Let me clean it. So I was chopping.
Chopping wood?
Chopping celery.
Chop the tree down with that knife.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. So today's recipe. I know usually I give 1 or 2 minutes for people to come in and whatnot. Salud. So today's recipe might take longer than usual, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make the lobster stock from scratch. So you can make a lobster bisque if you want to make a lobster bisque, or
One plate and one dish.
okay. He still don't have a microphone, which I'm happy about it. Okay, so that's that. Anyways, so I went and I bought some lobster. I didn't go to Whole Foods this time. I didn't have the time. I already cleaned it up and whatnot. I just poached it for about 8 minutes, and I cleaned it, you know. And this is my lobster tails, the claws, the knuckles. I have them here, knuckles and extra meat from what I'm gonna do. So basically the bodies, I didn't throw them out, I saved them. And what I'm gonna do with those bodies, I'm gonna make a lobster stock with it. So simple. When you make a stock, you need, you know, your aromatics. You got onion, celery, carrots, garlic, which is what I have right here. I have 1 onion, which I already rough chopped. I have parsley stems from 1 bunch of parsley. I have 1 celery stick. I have 1 carrot, 1 large carrot, and I have garlic cloves somewhere in there on the bottom. I have 8 garlic cloves. Go ahead, George, if you want to show them. That's what I'm using.
What is that, sweet potato in there?
No, not sweet potato. That's carrots. That's carrots, George. You're lucky you're holding the camera, because if not, I'll be chasing you right now. Anyways, yes. So 1 onion, rough chop, Spanish onion, white onion. 1 carrot, 1 celery stick, 8 garlic cloves, parsley stems, and about on the parsley stems is the stems from 1 bunch. Okay. And then I have bay leaves. I have 4 bay leaves in there as well, and some fresh pepper, about a tablespoon of fresh pepper. So simple, nothing crazy. You start with your, you need a pot, large pot, because again you're making stock, so you want to make sure that you have enough space to, you know, deal with that. What's going on, George? What's going on? So we have the pot going. I'm gonna go with some oil. And what you want to do, you want to cook those vegetables. I'm not going to say sweat, because what we're doing today, you want some color, so it's okay if you roast some of those vegetables, so totally fine with that. On the lobster, for what I'm doing now, I have 2 lobsters. So this is the bodies of 2 lobsters, the shells of 2 lobsters. Like George says, the carcasses, whatever. Carcasses. Yo, I don't know what's up with this guy, man. He just wants to throw me off. Anyways, Oil is going. Let me give it some heat. I know I'm starting on the other burner today. I just don't want to be jumping around and whatnot. So, once that oil is hot, I don't know if you can see it on that camera, but anyways, once the oil is hot, drop, Manuela, drop the your mirepoix. Yes, George, mirepoix consists of your aromatics when you're gonna make your stock. Before you ask. So, anyways, drop your mirepoix. Make sure you stir, just so they cover in oil, lightly cover in oil. And for any basic stock that you're doing, chicken, beef, lobster stock, fish stock, this is something really important. The only thing is that if you're doing a fish stock, you want to keep it real white. So you could skip, for example, you could skip the carrots and go with the regular greens and whatnot. Or lower the amount of carrots. Instead of putting one whole carrot, you could go with a half a carrot. Hi, Charlo. Hey, Aaron, what's up? What's going on? Hey, Dewis, what's poppin'? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, stop looking. Oh, I was gonna say stop looking at that camera because it looks like it's frozen, but it's not frozen. Okay. So what's going on, peoples? George, what's popping, bro? You know, something like this, you have to drink some wine. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the whole cooking the vegetables because obviously, you know, we don't have that amount of time to do that. But anyways, vegetables are cooked. You have to go with tomato paste. We have 4 ounces of tomato paste. Yes, you have to go heavy with the tomato paste. Also go with your lobster bodies. Drop those bodies in there. Everything in there. With your lobster shell, and what you do, you know, just stir it and get it mixed well. And I wish you were here because I already like the smell of it. It smells good. The aroma of it is like, anyways, at home, if you have a bigger pot, then you can go ahead and do it in a bigger pot. Now what you do right now, you go ahead and cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes. Make sure the tomato paste is completely cooked. You don't want the raw flavor of the tomato paste when you're cooking that. Hola Adela, Rosa, Denise, hi everyone. Damon, what's going on? You see there's people in the chat right now and it doesn't count towards our, I just want you to see that. It was at 7 and we have more than 7 people in there. You guys don't see it? No, I just want you to see. Anyways, so that is completely cooked. Yeah, I even left the antenna in there. I'm not wasting anything. The lobster antenna is there as well. So yeah, cook that for about 3 minutes. And again, the aroma is, you know, it's amazing. So, you know, some people like to add wine to it. I'm not into the wine stuff, especially me as a cook. I don't add any wine to it. I go add liqueur, you know, some brandy. And George is about to get crest out right now. When you do that, you actually throw me off. I don't know if something's going wrong or seriously. So please stop that. Anyways, I'm gonna grab the, like you call it, the flamethrower. You could switch on the camera real quick. You gotta flambe this. When you go with the alcohol, in there with your brandy liqueur. When you go in there, you add that taste of that liqueur, and it burns the alcohol, and it adds all that flavor in there. So it's something, you know, very good. You can switch the camera back. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the liqueur. Flambe it. I'm gonna wait for it to cook alcohol out. Once it's done, you can go ahead with your water. You can go ahead with your chicken stock. If you add chicken stock, it's pretty good, just for the fact that you're adding more flavor to it. But in this case in particular, I'm going with water, okay? Yeah, it smells. Thank you. Hola, Rosaura. Thank you, Adela. Hey, Shrek, what's going on? Nice. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah. Okay, so now it's completely. I'm just going to stir it one more time, and I'm going to go with the water. Now, this is a little process. Once you add the water, let me go with the water now. Once you add the water, you bring it to a boil, then let it simmer. Okay, like just move it around, make sure there's nothing in the bottom, scrape the bottom so there's nothing burning in there. So yeah, you bring this to a boil, then into a simmer, and you let it cook for about an hour. You let it cook for about an hour. After you cook, after an hour, what you do is you strain it. Once you strain it, put it in another and reduce it, which is what I did over here. George, if you could get closer over here, please, so they can see what I did. So I put it on this pot. Actually, I left it after straining. I went to the same pot and reduced, and this is what I have over here. This is my lobster stock. This is what I'm gonna use. This is my base for my creamy sauce, okay? That's what we're gonna use over here. So again, one more time. You let this cook for an hour. You bring it to a boil, bring it down to a simmer, let it cook for an hour, strain it. Once you strain it, reduce it, and this is what you're basically gonna end up with, okay? So this is what we're gonna use for the base, okay? All right, guys, do me a favor real quick. Click the share button. I want everybody to come in and see what we're doing over. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna move this camera real quick. Let me see how I do this. Yeah, it's perfect, 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 perfect. Let me see right there. You know, I have George as a cameraman, and he's the best at it, so I have to do it myself. It's okay, Georgie, I love you. I love you, Georgie, no matter what. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we have the sauce done. So what I'm doing today, I have some little neck clams. And let me tell you real quick, the guys that were playing with them before we started the show, you know, obviously they were wearing gloves and whatnot. The thing with clams is this. You see it open right now. You could tell they're fresh. It's open. George, can you zoom in so you can show them? Thank you, sir. And you top them, you know, they close. So this is something fun. You put salt around them, and you can see them when they're trying to eat the salt. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's, you know, it's fresh clams. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a creamy sauce, but I'm going to go ahead and cook the clams. I want to use those clams for our lobster dish tonight. So, you know, it'll be something very, very, very good. Any questions? Okay, before I keep going, hi Gisette. Hello. Before we keep going, let me tell you real quick. If you have any questions and I'm doing something and I cannot get to this, George, go behind the camera real quick. What are you talking about? The drink? I don't know, bro.
Give me the iPad. Let me hold that.
No. If you guys have any questions right now, you're going to call this number, okay? You're going to call this number right now so I can answer your questions, because sometimes people say they're asking questions, I don't get to them, and it sucks. So yes, you could WhatsApp, you could call me on WhatsApp, on video, whatever you want to do.
I hope that's like a fake cell phone.
No, it's not. Call that number right now if you don't believe me. Now, let me tell you this. I'm going to do this. It's going to be more fun, actually. It's going to be more fun. Call that number. Tell me what you want me to cook for next week, and I'm going to give you guys this. You see this? It's an Okami knives. Brand new in the box from our friends from Okami. You guys going to get that knife right there. Okay? So go ahead and call. If you want, if you have a recipe right now that is good, it must be a good recipe.
Let's just make it clear, not everybody that calls is going to get a knife.
No, not everybody that calls. The person that calls first with a good, not a recipe, with a good dish that they want me to do, they're going to get that knife, okay? Again, this is the number that you're going to call. No, if you're a relative of mine or George or whoever in here, you don't qualify, sorry. Go ahead, call that number. One more time, that number right there. Oh, maybe it doesn't have any signal.
And feel free to prank call it anytime you like.
If you don't get through, you could go through WhatsApp. You can go ahead, go through WhatsApp, and trust me, in WhatsApp you can video call as well. You know, no big deal. Sorry, Dewis. You know, I not my fault. Anyways, going back to the food. No, that's not happening, Gigi. No arroz con vite. That's not. You know, it's. You know, it's typical. You know. They're laughing over here in the back. Okay, back to the comida. All right. So, like I said, the stock is done. Let me get some gloves on, and let's get back to the food. I wonder who'll be the first one calling. One more time, guys. Go ahead and share the video, and let me get back. Yo. Yeah, WhatsApp is up. So if you, yeah, WhatsApp is up. So you guys get that knife. Anyways. This is how we're gonna start this. I have over here 1 pound of little neck clams, fresh. They're still opening their mouth in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with little butter, some olive oil, and I'm gonna go with about a tablespoon. I said a tablespoon of garlic. Cook that real quick. No, I don't know if the phone has signal, which is convenient. I'm gonna dump our clams. Bye, friends. And I'm gonna add some of that stock that I did to it. Once I add that, it's about a pint, about 2 to 3 cups of the stock. Once you add that liquid, you have to cover it. Just cover it, let the clams cook, then let them open up and whatnot. Again, guys, call that number. I don't even know where I put the thing. Call that number if you want that knife through WhatsApp. I don't even know if I have signal down here. So give it a minute. What they do, they're gonna cook, they're gonna open up, the steam is gonna open them up. Any questions? If you have a questions, you can call that number as well. So yeah, again, oh yeah, baby. I like the aroma, I like the lobster. Anyways, going back to the lobster. So I have the knuckles, I have maybe 1 tail here, which I chopped. You know, it's a lot of us here, so I like to make sure, I want to make sure that they eat as well. I have 3 lobster tails here, some claws, and we're gonna make an amazing, Alice is like, call the number. I hope it's Shane. Shane! Give it a minute. Let me get this off. So yeah, guys, share the video. Hey, Renato, what's going on? Arroz con huevo, did I read that right? Yeah. Okay. And you can see what's going on here. Some of them are opening up. You can show them on the other camera if you can.
I got it.
Alyssa, can you switch the camera, please? You can see some of them opening up. Let me close it real quick. One more time, you can see some of them open. What? And it smells good. Yeah, you had a good shot there, George. Sorry. It smells really good. So I'll give it one more minute, and what I'll do, I'm gonna remove those guys from there and remove them. And I'll keep cooking the lobster so we can go with the, you know, pasta and all that good stuff. Let me see. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Jorge Ruiz, what's going on? Oh, you're allergic to... I didn't know you was allergic to that. But anyways. Again, you have to wait for them to open up. Once they're open, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove them. I'm gonna take them out. What's up? Flip it. It's not done, bro. This guy thinks he's a freaking cook all the time. That's why I get mad at him, because he thinks like he knows everything and he doesn't. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to get a shot.
Try what?
I was trying to get a shot. That's why I said open.
Okay, George, I take it back. I apologize, George. Sorry. Can you stop crying now? Thank you. Anyways, everything itself is yes. Everything. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. It should be good now. Some of them are still closed. Let's see. Yeah, they're opening. Man, I wish you were here. Jessica, how does that smell? Delish? You could be honest. If you don't like it, you can say, I don't like it. It's okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can see that some of them still close and whatnot, some of them. So I'll close it for one more minute before I decide to go with the other stuff. Guys, one more time, click on the share button. And if you have a question that you need me to answer, you could call that number that I gave you guys. George, can you show them that number one more time, please? Right there. Call that number through WhatsApp, whatever. I have it on, how you call it? On Vibrate as well, so. Yeah, look, 3 missed calls. Well, I'll leave it there. You can call again. I'm sorry I cannot call you. And we're good to go. Whatever didn't open up, if any of them didn't open up, what I'll do, I'll take him out. Oh, look at that guy. He finished opening up. You know, they just need their time to cook and whatnot. So whoever doesn't open up at this time, it's been over 3 minutes now, so whoever didn't open, I'll get them out. Because that one's open, this one didn't open. We don't want to die. Oh, look at that one, he opened up completely, okay. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna remove them. And we're gonna add them back up, we're gonna add them again later on. We just don't want them to overcook, just for the fact that when they overcook, it's rubbery, so you don't want nothing rubbery. So, all that clam juice is there, which is, you know what? Go. Fine, I'll leave you in there. Let's see if you open. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more of stock to that. So in total, you could say you'll be using about 1 quart of the stock. This is something that you eyeball when you're doing it. It's not like a set recipe for it, because remember, it's reducing. So when it's reducing, you might have to add more stuff to it. So okay, so that's there. You can use any pasta when you guys are making this. You see that guy opened up right away. So You guys can use whatever pasta you want. You could use spaghetti, you could use fettuccine, cavatelli, whatever makes you happy. You know, you don't have to use, for example, I'm using spaghetti for this one. You don't have to use spaghetti. You use whatever you want. So, juice is there, the stock is there, and there's a and there's, you see, first phone call. Hello. Hi, G.
Okay. I want to cook bacalhau con natas.
What?
I want you to cook bacalhau con natas.
Bacalao. You know what? I'll take on that challenge. I'll take on that challenge.
Bacalhau con natas.
I'll take you. I'll take the challenge.
Okay.
We have a.
And don't worry, I don't need to get the knife.
All right, no problem. Let me let you go.
Alrighty.
All right, so this one opened up, this one didn't. This guy's out. This one go back in the pot here. So bacalao. This is reducing. I'm gonna add cream to it. Half a cup of cream. With the spoon, go ahead and stir it. Let me use my spatula. This is a non-stick. Now what you do, let it simmer. Reduce it a little bit. Once you add your pasta to it, once you add the pasta, it's gonna thicken up. Also, when you add cheese, because I'm adding cheese to it as well. But right now, what I'm doing, I'm gonna put some of that lobster in there to finish cooking it. Because when I cooked the lobster, what I did, I cooked it to, you know, halfway. Not all the way. I didn't want to cook it right away because then when I put it on the juice, it's gonna overcook. Let me leave this here. So you add the lobster and just cook it real quick. Alyssa, you hungry? She said nope. You're not? Oh, okay, she said yeah. Okay, so real quick, 30 seconds to 1 minute, get it out. George, if you can, please, can you pass me a container so I could place my lobster? Thank you very much.
This one's?
No, one of the bigger ones, right there on that container. Yeah, guys, the phone line is still open. The bacalao I requested with cream, garlic, some onions, and baked with potatoes. I'll do something. Thank you, sir. Again, the lobster is just to finish cooking, so it's coming off. Trust me, again, it'll go back in there. So, lobster was in. You got some of that flavor from the lobster. The clams were in. Same thing, you have flavors from there. I'm gonna add the knuckles, everything, all of it. You could switch the camera now if you want, so they can see. And you could see that it's already thickened up a little bit, so perfect. I also have some tomatoes that I roasted. You can do that at home if you want. Huh? Oh, yum. Alyssa loves tomatoes. So yeah, I have some tomatoes. I roast them real quick on a pan, just for the fact that I want some of that char flavor in the pasta. That's the main reason why I did it. All that is going in there, some cherry tomatoes, and it's already looking good. Okay, so again, on the pasta, you could go with whatever pasta you want, spaghetti, cavatelli, whatever. So I'm going with some spaghetti. Un afrodisíaco. Okay. They were telling me that this in the Dominican Republic is afrodisíaco. How you say it? Aphrodisiac. Okay, so the pasta is part cooked as well. So what you do with the pasta, finish cooking it in the sauce, and what it does, it absorbs all that flavor from the from our stock, from our sauce, and I mean, it goes really, 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 really well. George, any questions? Any questions online? Mario, ¿cómo está? Ernesto, ¿qué hay? George, make sure you too. Yeah, I will. I'm not working tomorrow, George, sorry.
What did you add the first time? The first thing that you added?
It was the clams. I cooked the clams in the stock. First, I added some garlic, some butter, some olive oil, dumped the clams, add the stock, let the vapor cook the clams, remove the clams, and then I added all the lobster. So, you know, just to finish cooking, finish warming up and whatnot. So, obviously, it's getting to the point that I want. It's already simmering in there. Can you switch the camera so they can see what we're doing? One important thing I forgot, you could do it at home. You can add some parsley when you're hitting, you know, towards the end. But I have some microgreens. Again, you want to let that pasta cooked. You want to let it cooked on the sauce. Now, you know, not to complain or anything, but this pan sucks. With this equipment that I have over here, it's taking longer than usual. So I'll let it do its thing right there. On the meantime, I'm gonna get my plate. You know, pasta plate. And let me get some as well. Guys, you guys can go back and look at the number if you want to call. So yeah, you have to let the pasta cook, you know, let it get creamier. I'm gonna add some Parmesan. That will help me get that saucy, that the way I want it, you know, that stage that I want my pasta to be at. And I wish you were here because it's the aroma of it is like, you know. And you guys make this at home, you know, it's a restaurant and spend, you know, $19 for a nice place of life. You understand? Guys, one more time, click that share button. And the steppings, yeah, you could come over here anytime. Of course. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, a little bit more of cheese. And I have to season as well. I haven't added any salt or pepper. Let me crack some fresh pepper. And we'll be in business in no time. I'll wait for the salt. Any questions? Do you cook German? I don't believe I have, to be honest, but we can make it happen as well. Los totones para cuando. Ya yo hice totones, los totones no voy a hacer por un rato. Ya los totones se hicieron. Okay, so again, I'm going with salt, season with salt. And again, for some reason, this pan today is not like the other ones. I just needed a bigger one, so it's taking longer than usual. You understand? So anyways, I'll go ahead and keep going. Usually through the other pan, show them on the stock. Right now it's at a boiling stage. I'm gonna lower that. It's not like straight boiling like crazy, but the heat, I just want it to simmer. You guys let it simmer for 1 hour and you should be good with it. And beautiful. I mean, the smell is amazing. I love it. We're eating good today. I mean, we eat good every day, so put some cheese in here. Okay, so I'm gonna start plating. I'm gonna get my place as close as I can over here. But let me do this. I'm using a pair of tweezers. For the pasta, I wanna do it a little bit fancy. You could do this at home if you want. All you need is a pair of tweezers. You can see it on this camera. Once you do that, go to the plate, place it on top, and what you do, bring the tweezers out, and you have your pasta rolled, nicely rolled in there. So now what you do, same thing, grab some of those pieces of lobster, Put them all around there. Again, this is a fancy plate. You know, like I'll say fancy plating and whatnot. At home, you do whatever you want. Alyssa, you ready for this? Manuela, George, Jessica?
I'm all in. I'm ready.
You all in? And what you do now is this. That lobster and clams, we're gonna dump it back in the sauce right now. All of it. Just to warm it up again. And it'll be a few seconds, nothing crazy. Man, that's a nice picture right there. Ooh. With my twist, I'm gonna grab some of those clams. Oh yeah, baby. Clams are friends, not food. Oh well, I'll clean the plate later. Yes. Okay. And go with your lobster. So you could grab one of the tails. This is a nice piece. I'm gonna put that tail right here on top. And I'm gonna grab one of the claws. This guy should be good. Thank you, sir. You're extremely hot. Put that claw right there on top. Beautiful. Oh, thank you for helping me. Right there on top. And obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and finish that with some microgreens. Right on top. Some pea shoots, red cabbage. Those are the microgreens that we're using today. But nothing's helping. Maybe because I'm wearing gloves, they're sticking. George is mad at me. That's why he's not talking. You. Yeah. You know what? I'll put it all around instead.
Tell them what you're drinking that compared to this.
I am drinking, what's the white wine again? I'm sorry?
Riesling.
Riesling. Yeah, you gotta go with some white wine when you guys doing this. Let me go ahead and clean this real quick. George, can you get the camera close? Show them your shot from that side. That's your dish. Easy. Now, let me turn it around. So you have your clams, you have your lobster lobster knuckles, claws. And again, I mean, that's some tasty dish. Now, if you don't feel like having pasta, what you do is this. What you can do is this. When you strain this stock, Josh, if you can show them. When you strain the stock, cuando ustedes cuelan el stock, póngalo en una olla, lo reduce y le echa la crema. When you finish with the stock, you strain it, reduce it, and what you do, you add cream to it. You season with salt and pepper, and add a little bit of cornstarch. You grab 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water, mix it, and it goes to the stock, and let it boil for about 1 to 2 minutes. And you have yourself lobster bisque. Same thing with the lobster meat. You can go ahead and add it to it, and you have yourself a lobster bisque. That's the same thing. It's the same thing that you do when you order at a restaurant lobster bisque. It comes from the same stock that we did. Okay? Simple. If you want me to plate another one, I can go ahead and do that. George, if you can get another close-up again. I don't know which side looks better. You could get close, George, if you want. That's fine. Let me put gloves. I'll do another plate. I'll do a bigger plate on this one now. Gracias, Ernesto. Guys, click the share button. Jose Joaquin. Hola, Jose. Vino Blanco. What's their name, George? Riley? Huh? Riesling? Okay. Hold on, George. I don't think you have a nice shot from there. Turn it? This way?
Keep turning it. Keep turning. Right there.
There you go. Favor, mandame un poco, Mario. Si fuera así de simple, lo hubiera hecho hace rato. I'm gonna do another plate real quick. Again, I'll go with the pasta. I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. It's gonna be kind of George, you ready for this? I'll add a little bit more. Yeah, no, I'm not supposed to use metal on this. It's okay, it's just plating right now. I'm not fully cooking. If you want more sauce on that, which I'm gonna add maybe, well, I'll do it on this one. If you want more sauce, you can add more sauce to it. All you guys that like all that sauce and all that stuff, why not? Any question? Any question online? Okay, get closer. I mean, people eat with their eyes, so the prettier you plate your food, the prettier, the faster it's gonna go away. It's she said nobody here is worrying about plating. Yo, all they want to do is eat. That's all they want. Oh, come on, you have to, make it nice, Don't worry, guys. There's enough tonight. I mean, before George gets in there, there's enough. So yeah, there you go. Add some. Let me grab a lobster tail. Yo, and I went to Stu Learners today, and the lobster was dirt cheap. I kid you not. I was impressed by the price. Lobster is lobster season, I guess. I mean, there you go. That one is flicking George. Add some greens. If you don't have any microgreens, you could chop some parsley and go around with it, or basil, and you're good to go. Don't worry, George. I'm about to turn it around right now. That's your second plate again. Same plating. I wasn't gonna go crazy. And that's about it, guys. Both. That's your creamy. You know what? I forgot to add more sauce on top. Anyways, that's your creamy lobster pasta. Bueno, mi hermana, si está comiendo locrio de arenque, a mí no es malo, pero no es mi favorito tampoco. Yo no soy loco con el locrio de arenque, pero te hubiera dicho y podía venir, tú sabes. That's it. Get closer. Take a quick look. Hi, Delaney, how are you? Guys, one more time, click that share button. Look at the spoon right in front of me, and I couldn't find it. It happens when I drink, so it happens all the time. That's about it, guys. Any questions? Go ahead, hit me up. Make sure you guys check our videos. Something cool, make sure you guys check on my Instagram when the clams were eating the salt before we started the show. I put a quick video in there, so you can go ahead and check it out. And sí, la persona se ganó el cuchillo, so la única que llamó hoy. So I don't know, maybe you know what's the problem? I'll tell you what's the problem. The problem with the calling is that if they call, they'll get off the show. They get off the show from their cell phone. That's the problem. That's why maybe some people didn't want to. That's that. No, el tuyo no. O ese teléfono es Flavor Square, basically. Anyways, that's about it. Any questions you have, feel free to call. That's about it for tonight. We'll see you guys next week. The guys are about to eat. All right? See you guys next week. Yeah.